So we are live. Yes, now we're really super live. Yes, yes. Okay, let's see how I'm going to make this work. I gotta be able to see the comments. Cool. Then I can see the comments when they pop up. Sounds good? Yes, yes. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see though. Ooh, that's something. Okay, so if you are watching me on Facebook, YouTube, uh, Twitch, then the writing is correct because I see that broadcast screen is looking good. On Instagram, that's a little shaky. I see the words are backwards, so I'll try to refrain from writing. Make sense? Okay. So I wanted to come on real quick and talk to you guys about mindset. Okay, I had some notes that I wrote on mindset that I wanted to share based on my experience, what I've gone through in my life, things that have worked for me, things that keep me going, keep me winning, keep me in the race, right? So, yesterday I was talking to you guys about why you're not winning yet, right? And there's something around that uh, we don't really realize what it takes, right? Um, you have goals that we set, right? Well, I have goals that I set. Let's talk about me. I have goals that I set, and let me tell you something. My mindset is what has gotten me through absolutely every single thing that I have ever experienced thus far in life, right? So what I want to talk to you guys about is something foundational for you to start with, right? So I got some messages. Some of you loved the live and you sent me some notes. That was really cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, right? So when it comes to your mindset, right, that oftentimes is what holds us back. So I came and I put together some things, mindset obstacles, pitfalls that I experienced along my way, right? And I want to give you some tips on how to overcome them. Because a lot of times the problem isn't so much that you can't get started or that you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. It's really your mindset that's stopping you, right? So, not to say that any perceived obstacles you have do not exist, that it's not an actual or real issue for you. However, your mindset, it's something that we have to work on daily. It's definitely something that I commit to and work on often. Okay. So I don't mean to come on so late. I'm giving you some quick anecdotes and tips, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. It's good to see you guys. All right. So I'm going to focus, stay on topic so we can make this quick and not be here all night. So, first thing I want to address is negative self talk, right? That's the whole I can't, mine isn't good enough. You got to remember to speak what you seek until you see what you said. There's power in your tongue, right? There's power in your words. So, make your words encouraging to yourself, make your words declarative. I can, I will, it's done, and keep reminding yourself of that every day. Because if you keep focusing on all that you can't, yeah, I'm telling you, the more you focus on what you can't do, I guarantee you, yeah, you cannot. Okay. I apologize. I am getting a message. Okay. So, next thing, right? Next obstacle, fear of rejection. Okay. I got to do it regardless, right? Regardless if they like me or not, because money has no personal feelings, right? So, when it comes to fear of rejection, you're not getting started. You're thinking, okay, I don't want to get started because I'm afraid. I'm afraid they won't accept me. I'm afraid they won't like it. I'm afraid it won't be good enough, right? And in the times when I worried about being afraid of being rejected, what happened was, right? I was essentially rejecting myself, right? Because you keep the door closed on yourself. You're already giving yourself a no before you give yourself an opportunity to find out if there's a yes available. The next thing was lack, right? Focusing on what I don't have as far as resources, time, lack of time, or even, just there's not enough time, there won't be enough time, or I won't get to it in time, I won't reach this thing in time. This concept, just any concept of lack, or wherever you're focused on, there's not enough of something, right? So you must believe in abundance, right? You have to believe in abundance. And so, in order for you to tap into that abundance, I have something I wanted to share. So, you know that thing about the glass being half full or half empty? When you're focused on your glass being half empty, you're thinking about all the thing that's missing, all the stuff that's missing from inside of the glass. And that's like, it's frustrating, right? But when you focus on seeing your glass as half full, that's when I get creative and I'm able to say, okay, well, I've gotten this much so far. Okay, I can get to some more, right? Or at least I got this much. This is something to work with. Let me see how I can leverage this. Let me see what more I can do with this. Let me see how I can pivot or use this to my advantage in some way, right? So when you have something, something's better than nothing. So when you see it as half full, when you see yourself as halfway there, don't see it as, oh my gosh, I have so much further to go. Look at things as I'm so much further than where I was. Okay. The next thing I wanted to point out was gratitude, right? You want to have an attitude of gratitude. And I know that floats around a lot. We hear this so much. And we're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm thankful, right? I took for granted how important gratitude is, right? So I've always been a grateful person, generally speaking. However, I mean grateful through the storm. And I had to learn to be grateful, if not for anything else, to be grateful for who I am and that I'm still standing. So regardless if I have nothing and I'm starting over, I still have my mind. I still have my heart. I still have my passion, my talents, my gifts, right? So too many times we worry about location, where we are, and finding ourselves on the floor, at the bottom, starting over, beginning again. Oh my gosh, I've been to this place before. How did I get back here, right? Don't focus on that. I promise you, it's a dead end. Been there, done that. I went there for all of us. Turn around, reverse, reverse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, gratitude, keep that attitude. Now, the next thing was busy versus being productive. It gets so easy to get caught up in being busy. Now, busy work is when I wasn't clear and I was just occupying myself, right? Busy work is what I did when I felt like I wasn't enough. So I had to split myself apart and do everything. You know that juggling thing. I would juggle, but I'm not like a real juggler. So if I started juggling stuff right now, everything would tumble out. So we'll just use our imagination. Productive work, though, is having a clear, focused goal, right? So you can achieve tangible, measurable outcomes, right? So my goal, my work didn't get productive though until my goals got clear, which is something that I mentioned yesterday, right? And yesterday, I was seeking to fire up some thoughts in you around stagnancy, even, and stillness. That stillness of I'm still in this mindset of beating up myself, or I'm still in this frame of mind where I'm in this place where I know I'm not happy with myself. I know I could stand to be better, right? I know, right? I've been there. I've sat in the audience when the speaker felt like they were speaking directly to me. And things that they said, it hit me. And I was like, whoa, they came from my life, right? How many times do you go to church? Or I go to church, so I can't speak on any other religion. However, what I will say is there have been times when my pastor spoke from the pulpit and he gave a word, and my pastor wasn't tailoring the lesson just to whatever shenanigans I wanted to be up to that week, right? So, yeah. When you receive a message, if it hits you, if the shoe fits, that's when accountability should kick in, right? That's when you check in with yourself. Okay, I don't really like what was said. It hit a button, right? But let's address that button. You know what I'm saying? So there were things that I would get defensive about. No, 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 I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've been there. And guess what? When you stay stuck in that mentality, no, no, well, who is she? Look at her. She has flaws. You know what I'm saying? Then you don't give yourself a chance and an opportunity to grow. So give yourself space and chance and opportunity to grow by being open to feedback. And feedback is just that. And it's not meant to be taken personally either. However, at the same time, I've got to encourage you that oftentimes we know what we're pretending not to know. So work on those things. Then the next thing is defining your goals. So I was scared to ask for what I really wanted. And I want to tell you, ask not and you will receive not. Did you get that? Write that down. Ask not and I shall receive not. So what am I asking for? Am I asking for the support that I need? Am I asking and making requests? Hey, does anyone know where I can find? You have to ask questions. Ask, seek, pursue. Now, defining your goals is really important because how can you receive what you want if you're not even clear what it is that you want, right? Then you're just willy-nilly, totally unclear, and just feeling your way through the dark. And you think, okay, I'm just going to take whatever comes my way. But that's the thing. That's why everything feels like it's luck, it's happenstance, and you're just not even sure, right? And you're just so unhappy, right? I've been there, right? So the thing is, define your goals, get clear on what it is that you want. Don't be afraid to ask for what it is that you want, because how can you get what you want unless you ask for it so you can receive it? When you go to a restaurant, here's one of my favorite ways to get this point across. When you go into a restaurant, you ask for exactly what it is that you want, right? So, when it comes to your beverage, right? If you want a straw in your drink, maybe you want an umbrella in your drink, you're like, oh, I want one of them little cherries, Gab, and all that stuff, right? And then for your meal, right? How do you want your steak? Oh, I want my steak well done, right? I want some rice. I want my salad, right? So why is it when it comes to life, you don't define what it is that you want and you're so chill and you're just so passive, and this isn't getting at anyone, but at the same time, I promise you, going live and the content that I share, I'm not really the type to tailor it to cradling and babying. Why? Because in all that I've been through, let me tell you something. Life, if you talk to some people that have been through some stuff, coddling you doesn't do you a favor. And holding up in that pity party, look, you can feel bad for a time, go through your emotions, feel how you feel, but you got to get back up. You got to get back up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be tired. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to have feelings like, I don't want to be bothered. You're going to go through a number of things. But let me tell you something. You got to get clear and you got to ask for what you want. You do not go anywhere. You don't go to a restaurant and say, just give me whatever, right? You're very specific. I want my meat cooked this way. I want this set that way. I want my dessert this way, right? And you order and you ask. So ask for what you want in life so you can receive it and you can enjoy it. You can savor the experience of life, right? Instead of just taking what comes at you. Another thing with mindset, being nice and being fine. I was the queen of that. I'm telling you, it's the worst place to be. That's called being a people pleaser. Because you know what happens? I was so busy being agreeable outside of myself, I lost all the peace inside of myself. So I want you to, if you have that going on, I really want you to get in touch with whatever it is that's driving you, right? You might be feeling like, and I've been there, you might be feeling like, well, if I don't please everybody in my household, in my family, or my friends, they're going to leave me, or they won't love me anymore, or people won't come to my shows, or they won't support me. You can't keep sacrificing yourself, because at the end of the day, you're chipping away and chipping away and chipping away at some of the most important parts of you. So keep that in mind, all right? Don't be so busy being nice and being fine. What's fine, right? That's and what's nice, right? So stand by how you feel. And what you want, you can have it, and you're allowed to have it, and you're allowed to ask. You're allowed to show up in this world. Don't let anyone tell you you can't show up in this world, okay? So then the next thing was with mindset, who is coming with me, right? If I build these people up, then I won't have to go alone, right? But guess what? I want to tell you, just as you know, I don't want to say you need no one at all. What I am seeking to get you to understand is you don't need anyone to get started but yourself. As long as you're there at the start, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So you want to make more money, or I'll share with my for myself, right? Who was coming with me? If I had a goal and I knew I wanted to make more money because there was a car that I wanted to get or debt that I wanted to pay down, right? If I wait for someone to say, oh, okay, I'm going to come and I'm going to work that overtime, or I'm going to grind with you and I'm going to start this business and I'm going to get clients too. If I had waited, that's crazy. Listen, you wouldn't get there. So you have to remember, I'm the visionary, I hold the mission. And as long as I continue forward, those who are for me, they'll come with me, right? So then that leads me to trust, faith, and belief. So the thing about trust, right? You have to trust in yourself. Trust in yourself that no matter what comes up, you can and will handle it. That's been one of the most important pieces at every turn in my life. It's a scary thing. There's a lot of unknowns. There's so much stuff that's going to happen, and you have not a single clue, right? And that's not fun, right? It's really not. But the thing is, you have to trust I am enough to figure it out. That no matter what happens, I'm enough to figure it out. And I can see myself through that. Even if I don't know how, I can ask, I can seek, I can knock, and I can pursue the answers, or I can pursue the help that I need. Right. So then when it comes to faith, right, I had to have faith even when I couldn't see the way out. You're not always going to see the way out. You're not always going to see a clear set path to your goal, right? So you've seen those memes, right? Where they say, people want a straight path to success, right? Where you start here and you know you're going to end here. But the thing is, guess what? There were so many pivots in my life. I started here, but then I went to this school over here, but then I pivoted, and then I was a neuroscience major over there, but then I pivoted and I said, oh, but I'm really into doing this, and I came over here. See what I'm saying? And then it came here, and that's when it all came together and I won, right? But it didn't just happen in a straight path. I didn't wake up from a coma and suddenly I was clear and I knew what I wanted and who I wanted to be and yada, yada, yada. Life doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. Even believers of faith and everything like that. I mean, I'm telling you, you really have to stay the course. Hey, you really have to stay the course. Like some of my friends that joined me on live yesterday, right? You think it was a straight journey to get to where they are now? I promise you it wasn't. So many people I know, they had to sleep on couches in studios. I mean, they were interns. They were carrying coffee. They were waiting outside of offices, waiting for their turn, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard. They were writing script after script, producing movie after movie. They were going on casting call after casting call. You just can't stop. And you have to have faith. You have to have faith. Even though I don't know if this one is it, I just have faith in me. You know what I'm saying? I have faith in me, and I have faith in my dream, and I have faith in where it is that I want to go, what it is that I'm doing. You have to have faith. And then the last thing, belief in myself. And I wrote these things down, right? Because when it comes to belief, right? The belief in myself included, I am worthy of everything I want and dream of having. I'm worthy of believing in myself and what I can do. I'm worthy of believing a life better than this exists for me. I am worthy of believing I'm deserving of support, consistency, accountability, and respect from others. I am worthy of all God has promised me. I am worthy of leading. I'm worthy of my own story, right? So are you living your life feeling unworthy? Are you living your life, doubting, do I deserve this? Should I go at this? Should I take a chance? Should I try at this? Is this for me? Right? Of course you're worthy. You're worth it. You're worth the trouble. You're worth the trouble of figuring it out. You're worth the trouble of learning. You're worth the trouble of giving yourself a chance. If not you, then who? right? So go for it. Go for yours. You can't wait for somebody to invite you to the party. You might never get invited. So create your own party. You're worth it. You're worth the party. Don't cancel your own party now, right? So believe in yourself and who you are. Believe in yourself and who you are, and write down what you seek. Write down your goals. Read them every day and faith it until you see it come to pass. And when I say faith it until you see it come to pass, you have to put in work. And when you put in the work, you don't stop. So your mindset, renew it every day. Pour into yourself every day. I have a book I want to show you guys. And it says, can you see? There's two cameras I'm working with here. So it says, do one thing every day that inspires you. Okay? Do one thing every day that inspires you. That helps. That helps with your mindset. You need to do things for your creativity. Keep your creative juices flowing. Sometimes I just sit and I write down ideas, not for any reason at all, but just to practice, just to get my mind flowing. I just dream and I journal and I write, right? Keep your mind sharp. Listen, I'm here to encourage you guys. So then the last thing I wanted to show you before I go off, 3 feet from gold. So when I saw this book title um, on my shelf, it made me think about um, today's live mindset, right? Because it's our mindset that keeps us stopping 3 feet from gold, and it's your mindset that will keep you from stopping 3 feet from gold. So if you found that you kept stopping short of just getting there, maybe you found out later, oh man, or you look back on something and thought, if only I would have continued, right? So the thing is, don't stop short 3 feet from gold. Work on your mindset daily. Keep investing in yourself because these things, they matter. It it like vaccinates yourself. It protects, it's a protection. It's a shield of protection on yourself to ensure that you stay in the race, that you keep going. These things are so important. So, I just want to thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll be back. You can message me, you can email me. I think on the Facebook and the Twitch, and what am I on? Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. I'm live on everything right now. YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You guys see the email down below. But you guys are welcome to email me. I am Gabrielle White at gmail.com. If you want to be featured on my live, if you want to broadcast with me, if you want to advertise your products on my live. I know a lot of you are looking to get your businesses and your brands out there. So let your girl know what you're trying to do. I'm here to support you. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. This was fun. This was fun. But keep your mindset intact because I'm telling you, that is how you win. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Blessings. Blessings to Canada, everybody all across the USA watching. If you're watching from UK, wherever you are, thank you so much for joining me. I really had fun. I'm going to keep doing this. And hopefully I did well in uh, addressing both audiences. Um, right? They got that. Yeah. So listen, guys, stay encouraged, keep going, stay strong. You got this. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Remember, it's all about showing up. Show up for yourself. You're worth it. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.